Why did you specifically choose to sell the type of product that you sell?
I stuck with Lexus because, in my personal opinion, plus J.D. Powers and basically a lot of car driver, a lot of magazines. They get a lot of reviews. Every manufacturer does, but they were on top like consecutively every year. So I like sticking with the best product that's out there, personally.
Great answer. What are the most important things to remember when you're talking to a customer?
I would say that keeping great eye contact. You want to keep eye contact, all right? Especially when they're talking. You want to remember their first name and their last, but the first is the most important, I want to say, because if you remember their first name, they're going to mentally think, I think the same way. If somebody knows my name, they're paying attention to me. So one, you show that you're paying attention to them, and at the same time, it feels more cozy. You know, it's not like you're a total stranger. Like, I'm not talking to you. Like, I remember your name, Donovan, and it's important to remember that name because I'm talking to you. I feel like it, kind of not as smart, less intelligent if I don't remember your name, and then I have to ask you again. So that's one of the most important things, I would say.
Well, I remember your name, Kevin.
Excellent.
Is there anything else that you like to put in?
I would say to be, one of the questions that you had before was being successful at what you do is to just keep learning. Knowledge is the key, definitely. Competition, I'm sure there's popcorn and other brands out there that other people could buy, but you're doing great with the presentation in regards to why you should buy from me. And that's huge. So that's a huge plus factor. So just like you were prepared today, that's a huge thing, because you want to be prepared. As prepared as you can be with whatever customer or client you have. Never be complacent, meaning never think just because you did good or well last month or last year, you can always do better. But don't get too upset with yourself if you don't. You follow where I'm coming from? Because you're doing a great job. If you're ranked, you're doing great. But I know how you feel in the same way. You want to be the best, right? It's tough. So don't be too hard on yourself, because I'm very hard on myself too. But you're doing a great job.
What are the basic steps or procedures of how you sell your product to a customer?
Provide the customer with what they need, what they want. All right, you could go. I know the car inside and out. Like, for instance, all the Lexuses out there, I know them inside and out. All customers don't care about everything. You want to tell them, hey, listen, what's important? What do you like in your car that you have right now? You remember it and say, oh, by the way, this car has heated seats. It's called hot buttons. So, for instance, when you're doing your sales with selling popcorn, I don't know if you have a way to remember, or if you have a list and you write down a list of the customers that you have, because you're going to the same customers, and obviously you're getting more customers, you're gaining more customers. But your previous customers, it's retention. What you want to do is, it would be great. It's hard to do it because you have so many customers, but if you could, some of the customers, like some of them are your neighbors, so you know them a little closer than the others. What I would say would work is have a list, or have like a little flashcard or something in the eye. Yeah, and you'll remember what they got last year, and say, hey, listen, last year you got this. Did you want to do the same order? So what you're doing is you're preventing them from saying no. You kind of said, hey, did you want to do the same order? Did you want to change the order from last year? Instead of saying, hey, did you want to buy popcorn? Now they can say yes or no. But now it's kind of like, did you want to add the same order? It's a yes or no answer to, do you want to keep the same order as what you ordered last year? You follow where I'm coming from? You got to spin off your verbiage, your language. It'll make you sell more. Trust me.
What habits would you recommend as being most important to being a successful salesperson?
Habits, I would say, try to remember. Just like I said before, in regards to when you have customers, try to have a list of what they've bought or whatever. For us, it's kind of like our clients are pretty well off. All right, not everybody can afford a Lexus, as you know. All right, there's a lot of less expensive vehicles out there, and it's more of a want versus a need. Everybody needs a car, but they don't need to have one of the most expensive cars, luxury. I would say that for me, if it's a repeat customer, I want to know what they have. I want to know how much money they put down. So you want to know, like I said before, it's knowledge. You want to remember, and if you don't remember, you want to have a little file. Like I have a file where I can pull it up on my computer with a program, and I'll know what I'm going into. So if I know what I'm going into versus going in blind and not knowing what's going on, it's less likely I'm going to make a sale.
I have one follow-up question.
Yes.
As a salesperson for Lawrence Lexus for 9 years, you probably have a lot of loyal customers, don't you?
You got it.
Well, part of the Boy Scout law is a scout is loyal. Can you think of a better way of rewarding your most loyal customers than giving them a bag of Boy Scout popcorn for the holidays? I have loyalty popcorn starting at just $10. Would you like to give some Boy Scout popcorn to your most loyal customers?
Donovan, you're good. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. Well, thank you, Kevin Dunn, for agreeing to interview as part of my Salesmanship Merit Badge. And if you live in the area, everyone come buy a Lexus from Kevin Dunn at Lawrence Lexus. Thank you.